Kenya staring at loss of AFCON 2027 hosting rights over funding crisis and stadium delays. Kenya is facing growing uncertainty over its AFCON 2027 hosting rights due to mounting financial and infrastructure concerns. So this is the article that we're looking at courtesy of Pulse Sports. So stay tuned. Kenya is at a serious risk of being stripped of its rights to co-host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON due to significant funding shortfalls and construction delays, a top government official has warned. Sports Principal Secretary Elijah Mwangi revealed on Thursday that the country has yet to pay its mandatory 3.9 billion Kenya shillings, which is $30 million hosting fee to the Confederation of African Football CAF. The payment is a crucial part of the joint East Africa pamoja bid with Uganda and Tanzania. Speaking before the National Assembly's Committee on Sports and Culture, Mwangi stressed the urgency of the situation, noting that both Uganda and Tanzania have already settled their financial obligations. Kenya now faces a tight deadline of March 30th, 2026 to make the payment or risk damaging its credibility and losing the tournament. We have been given until the 30th of March to clear the payment of the hosting fees, Mwangi told the committee as quoted by Citizen Digital. The gains we have made in preparing for AFCON may be jeopardized if we are not able to raise 3.9 billion Kenya shillings by that date. The communications we have had from CAF are very particular that we must show commitment, and one of the commitments is payment of the hosting contribution. The financial crisis is compounded by major setbacks in stadium renovations. Mwangi informed the MPs that both the Kasarani and Nyayo stadiums are unlikely to be ready within the 6-month deadline set by CAF. He explained that the contractor renovating Kasarani Stadium has significantly reduced its workforce due to an outstanding government debt of over 3.7 billion Kenya shillings. The situation at Nyayo Stadium is even more dire, with the contractor abandoning the site entirely over an unpaid bill exceeding 2.6 billion Kenya shillings. At Kasarani Stadium, we owe the contractor in excess of 3.7 billion Kenya shillings, and they have scaled back their workforce. With that, we feel we may not be ready within 6 months, Mwangi stated. Similarly, at Nyayo, we have not paid over 2.6 billion Kenya shillings, and the contractor has already vacated the site. Therefore, we have nothing to show. This alarming news comes just a month after the same parliamentary committee rejected a proposal from the Sports Ministry to increase its AFCON budget allocation. The ministry had sought to raise the budget from 3.5 billion Kenya shillings to 5 billion Kenya shillings, arguing it was necessary to meet the high standards observed during the recent tournament in Morocco. Despite turning down the budget increase, the committee had pledged to help the ministry secure the necessary hosting fee from the national treasury. However, with deadlines looming and contractors walking away, Kenya's dream of hosting Africa's most prestigious football tournaments hangs precariously in the balance. So there you have it, courtesy of Pulse Sports. The news is shocking, with contractors leaving, the debts, the amount of debt, and still yet to pay the hosting fee of 3.9 billion Kenya shillings. Remember, Uganda and Tanzania have already paid. We've said this a couple of times, and this is for the pamoja bid. We had submitted the pamoja bid together to host the Africa Cup of Nations in East Africa. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania would be co-hosting, but it looks like Kenya is way behind. I feel like there's more news behind that will be revealed in the coming days, so do make sure to stay tuned. Apart from that, do make sure to check out the other social media platforms at Elfobila Football. Do like this video and subscribe to Kenya's biggest football channel. And as always, support Kenyan football. We out.